Hello everyone. In today's video we are going to learn the basics of using the .env file in Laravel. As you know, it's a security risk to have your keys inside your code. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We have our project here. For example, this is a project, and in this form here, if you can see, this form starts from here to here, but in the form I needed to use the Google reCAPTCHA key, site key here, and this is really not a good practice to have your keys here. And also here in the registration controller I have the secret key here as a string, and this is really not a good thing, because if you commit your project to the repository, your keys might be exposed to anyone who get access to your source control repository in GitHub, for example. So we need to use the .env file to store our keys safely in the .env file. And as you know, the .env file is not committed to the repository. When you commit your source code, you never commit your .env file. Yes, you will have a .env example. This one, it will not have any data in it. It's just an example, but you never commit the .env file because you keep this one somewhere safe. So let's learn how to store our keys somewhere here safely. So let's copy this site key, copy, and let's go to the .env. We will give it a descriptive name so you can remember what this key is for. Let's say Google reCAPTCHA. Let's go back to our controller and get the secret key. Let's name it Google reCAPTCHA secret. Paste it and save. Now we have our keys here. We need to go and link these keys to our project. We need to go to the services file, this one here. In the config file, you will find all these files. So it depends on your keys, and based on the use of your keys, you will store them somewhere in this file, or you will create a new file. For example, for database, you will link to your keys in the .env file here. Like for example, let's go here. The database information are here, like for example the database name, the database username and password. You will store them here in the .env file, but you link to them in the database file. So you link to them like this. The same thing for our keys. Our keys are services keys, so we need to store them in the services file. Let's do that. Let's just copy this, paste it here. We have only two keys, we keep two lines. Let's name this one reCAPTCHA because it's a reCAPTCHA keys. And then you need to give the first key a name. It's the same thing, just keep it key, and let's keep the second one a secret. You can change the names, but it's a good practice to name your keys according to what it is. So now we need to link to our key in our .env file. Let's delete this and delete this. And now let's go to our .env file and get this name here. Paste the first one here and save. Get the second one here. Okay, and save. Save here. Now we have our keys in the .env file and linked in the config file. Let's go and use this in our code. So we don't need this anymore. So now we just need to link to our keys in the .env file. How are you gonna do that? You're gonna use a helper method called the config method. It's created by Laravel. They made everything easy. These people are awesome. So let's just use that. Say config. Then you will say, after you said config, you need to say services, then dot, then reCAPTCHA, then key, because we need to link to this one. Services reCAPTCHA, then key, and save. Now we need to go to the register controller and delete the secret key from here and just link to it. We use the same method, config method, and we need to link to the secret key. We say services dot, and that's it. That's how you save your secrets and credentials safely in the .env file. It's a lot better, a lot easier. Even if you need to use this secret key somewhere in your code, for example in the login controller, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to just link to the secret key using the config method. Let's try our project and see. This is our project. Let's refresh and let's go to register, and here we go. Everything works fine. And that's how you use the .env file in Laravel to keep your credentials safe. It's a lot better. It's a good practice. I hope this video was helpful, and thank you.